Hi, am I live? Okay, here we go. Happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome to our Sunday live. If this background and noise behind me sounds unique, it is. We're obviously not at home. We're at the Balanced Body POT, but I'm answering a question you guys had about what tips for new and Pilates instructors. And so I actually think these tips are great for any amount of years you've been doing Pilates. So hopefully you're still watching this, even if you're not new. But feel free to share this with your new Pilates teacher friends as well. So I also want to shout out to not only here my POT, but we've got the Pilates Transparency Project over here. If you haven't seen the work that they're doing, it's really worth checking out. And we're next to our neighbors, Fitness, and I am a big fan of the work they do. Brad's going to show you. There's Pilates Transparency. Look at those pictures. Wave, Ryan. That's Ryan. And then our Fitness friends. And if you would like our link to Fitness, I'm a big fan of this product. Just ask me in the comments and I'll get it to you. Okay. So for my new Pilates instructors, what are my tips for you, right? And first of all, I'm sure you're feeling, when you're new, you feel a little nervous, right? You feel like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I don't know enough. I am an imposter, right? So raise your hand if you felt like an imposter as a Pilates instructor, even been teaching for 10 years. It happens, right? And first of all, I just want to say, like, we live in a society that doesn't really allow us to be beginners at things. I think that's a shame because when you're a beginner at something, it's a really special time. It's a time where you're supposed to make mistakes because you learn better when you make mistakes. It's a time for reflection. It's a time for people to talk things out. You are not supposed to know the answers to everything. And so it's such a shame that the way that our environments are often created, and this is not just to the Pilates community, this is like all environments. We feel like if we're going to make a mistake, we're going to get caught, found out, fired, and we should know everything at once. You're not going to know that. A lot of teaching Pilates has gut intuition and instinct. You don't get that when you're a new teacher. That comes from time, multiple attempts at trying things out and seeing the bodies in front of you move, testing out something to see how it works. And so I just want to say one of the best advice that I could give you, and I wish it was given to me, is that be a new teacher, be a beginner, be okay with making mistakes. Take time for self-reflection at the end of every day, right? I've been really studying the science of learning, and I'll tell you more about why in the next couple of weeks, because I'm going to have a wait list you're going to want to get on if you are not yet a teacher and you're wanting to be one. But one of the best things we can do when we are trying to learn something is to take time to reflect. What went well with what I did? What did I wish I knew more information on? And then dive into that. My next piece of advice is really that you just have to teach more. So say yes to things, try things out. Now, please don't burn yourself out. Make sure that you are getting this proper sleep and protecting your own personal Pilates practice. That'll be my next tip. But you need to make sure that you're teaching different things. Teach private sessions, teach duets, teach classes. Really get into that, because what I find is a lot of new teachers feel more comfortable teaching classes than private sessions, or private sessions versus classes. But the reality is, it's like, you're going to have to be able to teach a lot of different styles of things. And the only way to figure out which one is the best for you is to do them all. Really discover where you feel that you are best suited. What's your special sauce, right? That's going to come with time, getting legs underneath you. Protecting your practice is going to be, it should be the number one thing, but I'm putting it here because I think what happens when we get into Pilates, we love it, we're obsessed with it, we do it all the time, then we become a teacher, and then we say yes to all these classes, subbing all the time. People tell us how much they love our cues, we have all this affirmation, we feel really good about ourselves, and then we stop doing Pilates, and not only does that create imposter syndrome, because you are telling people to do Pilates 3 and 4 times a week, but you yourself are not doing Pilates, but also it creates resentment. We start to get frustrated with the clients, like, oh my gosh, they can't remember things. And it's because they're late, or they're doing this. It's because you yourself did not get to do your Pilates practice, right? So if you were protecting your practice and making sure you're getting it, it wouldn't bother you so much if they weren't getting it yet, or were late to class, or were coming 5 days a week, because you would have gotten to yours as well. I also want to say, like, read my book. If you're a new Pilates instructor, read my book, Profitable Pilates, Everything But the Exercises. You can get it on my website, profitapilates.com. You can get it on Amazon. But read my book, because it does have, like, the first couple of chapters are for picking a program. But after that is really great tips on where you can work and how to continue your education and how to convert first-time clients and all these different things that you're often not taught in your first training program. And if you had this information, it's likely that as a new instructor, you would not end up in an environment that does not support you. And so my next advice is if you do not feel supported in the studio that you're at, it's time to find a studio that will support you. Sometimes you have to go pick your mentors. You don't just get to pay for them, right? Like it'd be great if the place that you learn from could be your mentor, but sometimes it's not the right fit for you. And so truly making sure that you're in an environment where you get to be new and you get to be poured into, which means maybe you don't get paid as much because they're going to pour into you more than a studio that might pay you more, but pour into you less. When you're a new instructor, a mentor is a really important thing. I also believe that new teachers, you want to always be learning. But the other thing I will just say is like, you cannot be an expert in everything. And I think that there's a lot of pressure on teachers that you have to know how to deal with Parkinson's and postnatal and this and shoulder surgeries and the pelvic floor and, right? Please do your research. Please get information if you have a client who has a special condition or special needs. But if it doesn't light your fire, the best thing you can do is figure out who is the expert in your area that can help them and refer out. You will, at some point, deepen your training, your understanding, your learning, and niche, and you might become someone who's really good with scoliosis or really great with kids or really great with athletes. That will come with time. Right now, getting teaching hours under your belt and really seeing what lights you up is the most important thing you can do. And then in the next few years, you'll really understand where you want to develop your education understanding. But look up who the experts are in the area that you're at so you can be referring out. You will feel less of an imposter if you're not teaching people that you don't feel like you've been trained to teach. I promise you that. There's nothing wrong with referring out. Use this channel. If you're a new teacher, that's what this channel is for. Thousands of free tutorials. It's impossible to know every exercise when you graduate a program. It's impossible for them to teach you every exercise when you're in a program. There's just only so much the brain can take in. So please use this channel. And if you want help with your class planning, session planning, understanding if you're a visual learner as well, my flashcards, the full set, is a really great resource for instructors, new and old. It's here to help you class plan, session plan, visualize the different shapes. Turning the card around helps you see different exercises that are in the practice in a way that's impossible with the manual, right? So definitely get a hold of that or use this channel. It's free. I want you to have fun. You're a new teacher. It should be fun. It was fun when you got started. So have fun. Make sure you're doing that. And this is very important. Your worth is not in the cues that you say, it is in the exercises that you choose for the clients. So there's this weird push for cues. I need more cues. People are selling cues. People will sell you cues. People ask me all the time, what's a good cue for blank? The actual true answer is, I don't know. I have to see who you're teaching. So don't put so much pressure on the cues that you're using. Instead, put more emphasis on what are you seeing this body need and giving them exercises to do that. The more you do that, the better your intuition is. You will come up with the best cues yourself because it will be in the moment and what that client needs. And that takes a little bit of time. So allow yourself to be new, have fun, protect your practice. That's what I have to say about all of that. What do we think, Brad? Did I miss anything? I think I got it. I feel good about this. How is everyone doing? Happy Mother's Day. It's Mother's Day, everyone. So happy Mother's Day.
You did not. But if there's questions, now's the time.
Now's the time because we are at this event and people are walking by wondering why I'm talking to my phone in horizontal view. Oh, you know what? Let me tell you that. Okay, spring training starts Tuesday. What's the link? opc.me/upcoming. What's the link for that, Brad?
Spring training.
Yeah, what's the link?
Sure.
Oh, Brad's going to share it, but opc.me, I think it's up flash. Just go to onlinepilatesclass.com. It'll pop up. It starts on Tuesday. The replays are good until May 24th. Yeah, May 24th. Brad put it in the chat, the link as well. But May 24th is when the replays are good till. So if you can't join us live, you'll have access to those replays. If you're an OPC member, it's free for you. So definitely go check out your perks page and get yourself signed up. If you want to become an OPC member so that it can be free for you, do that. It's totally an option. It's like $2 more and you get spring training and you're an OPC member and we get feedback on forms. So if you are a new Pilates instructor, you can actually take a video of you doing an exercise you need support on and I will provide that feedback for you. But at spring training, we do live classes and Q&A so you can get the answers. And the theme is about going upside down. Even if you're never going to go upside down, there is information for you because life should meet you where you are, and you shouldn't feel like you have to modify everything. You should feel like you're brave and courageous to replace something you can't do yet with something you can. And which would you replace it with? What's the best thing, so you're not just replacing the same exercise with the same one thing all the time, right? Like, what can we do to support you in this practice and build up the connections that you need? So that starts on Tuesday. Yeah. Okay. Love you all. Thanks for your questions. Tell people to subscribe to this channel. I want to double our subscriptions this year. So please, if you tell 2 people and 1 person does it, do you see how quickly we can grow? Hi, Christopher. Thank you so much. Oh, I love the book that you suggested. I've been reading, and it's a wonderful book. So thank you so much. All right. Oh, and Christopher's a new teacher. So hopefully this all helps you, Christopher. Lovely. Okay. Bye, guys.